The Variety of My Show with your host Motembe Esther, and I'm so excited about our topic of today, which is all about just do it. Just do it. So this is just very personal, actually, on my side. I'm just going to say that the Variety of My Show was just a way. It was my safe place. Most of the time, I would happen to feel like out of place. No one understood me, so I would try to run away. And every time that I would run, I always found myself talking to like a certain audience, and I would speak out my issues and I would find an answer. Like where sometimes the place that you learn to, when you're overwhelmed, when you're happy, when all your emotions, you just drop them there and you find some counseling. So it was started like that, and when it reached to a point, there's this force telling you, you know what, it's not meant to just be your own safe place. Somebody else needs it. Somebody else needs to embrace it and to take it as that safe place. And so you have to be ready to stretch out. You have to be ready to hand it over to somebody else and to share it. So starting it and bringing it here, trust me, it hasn't been very, very comfortable, and I was really trying to avoid it by all means. But I reached to a point and just said, why not give it a try? Why not just do it? I mean, what could go wrong? Because even if I'm just going to be like sit there, do nothing about it, who else is going to do it for me? No one. It's just only you who knows the weight of your dream. It's only you who knows the weight of that burning desire. No one else knows. And even if you go about telling people, I want to do this, I want to do that, no one is going to help you if you don't make a move, if you don't implement it. So to say, sometimes you have those many doubts. You just be like, how do I go about it? But I don't feel light, I don't feel okay, I don't feel up to the task, I don't have what it takes, the resources, what they are going to be, all those doubts. And no one is going to fix it's just you who's going to inflict those self-doubts in yourself. And if you let them win, you're going to deny yourself that chance to live up to your dream, to live up to your purpose, to tell somebody else that it's possible if they do something about it. So don't hold back, just do whatever it is that you feel you should do, and don't let anything stop you. After reading a certain book by David Trust, The Magic of Thinking Big, we are told that most of the time we're just always like, the fear will be there. I don't know if I can do it and all that. But what we're told is that action cures fear and gains confidence. The moment you make an action, you take a step forward, you defeat that fear and you gain extraordinary confidence. And sometimes you always pray for confidence. You just like, God give me confidence, God give me courage, God give me all that. But I realize that God already has given us. It's just we who are afraid to step out to actually realize it's there and let it actualize. So if you feel that burning desire to do something, implement that idea. There are so many people with many big dreams, but they're so afraid of putting it out there because they're afraid of criticism. Or if it fails, or if it succeeds, you have to look on the other side. Don't just focus on the negatives, on the impossibilities, and miss out on the possibilities. How would it feel if it worked out? How about that? Sometimes you've got to just, when you start something, just be like, you don't know how it's going to be, but you hope for the best and you look forward to the best and you're going to give it your best. Whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you want to do, if you're confident about it, if it makes you happy, if it excites you, if it ignites you, if it's a desire, if it drives you, just do it. What matters is that you're happy doing it, you're developing, you're learning a different version of yourself, you're growing. That's what really matters. It doesn't matter whatever other setbacks that might come along, but you got to make a move. Sometimes you're just like, I'll just wait until everything is in its right place, until I have all the resources, until I have everything figured out, until I have the right kind of support and all that. But we fail to realize that even if when we start that project, that idea, when you implement it, there are also going to be setbacks. So the earlier you do it, the better it's going to be for you. Don't hold yourself back. Don't let anything hold you back. Don't instill yourself with so many self-doubts and all that. Just do what you've got to do, and the rest will work it out. You'll figure it out along the way. So sometimes we are just there very terrified about what if, how about this? Those what ifs, it fails, what if it succeeds? And what are you learning along the way? I mean, the moment you implement it, you just realize that, oh, I can actually make something. I can make something out of this. The moment you implement it, you just like, it becomes so addictive and you just like, there's no way I wouldn't back this up. It feels so real for me to not be there for it. So whatever it is that you have burning inside of you, whatever it is that you want to do, come on, just do it. Don't let anything hold you back. You don't have to wait anymore. You don't have to wait until you have everything figured out. You don't have to wait until everyone accepts it. Because even if you start it, trust me, you're going to get opposition. If it was meant to happen, if it was meant to be there. And sometimes you have to drop this whole perspective, looking at the bigger picture of everyone, considering everyone, putting everyone in it, and think of, what does it feel to you? What does it feed you? What is the changes that are happening inside of you? What are you becoming by doing all this? That's what really matters. And so to say, if you feel that you should do something, just do it. Sometimes we are always afraid, yet that fear of that unknown that we are afraid of, it's always okay. I remember a friend of mine, she happened to tell me this, that sometimes you're so afraid, that fear of the unknown, you're just like, I don't know how it's going to be like, starting that business idea, starting that project, joining that school, starting that course and all that, moving out of that relationship. And sometimes it's okay to think all that, but the reality is that all the fear that we have, all those doubts and all that, it's actually going to be okay. That unknown, it's always going to be okay. So don't stop yourself from experiencing life in fullness just because you're afraid of letting go of your now, which you feel you're not satisfied with it, which you feel it's not driving you, it's not putting you out there, it's not making you go after what it is that you want. So anytime that you feel that fear, just tell yourself, it's going to be okay. Anytime that you're stepping into a new territory, trust me, you're going to always have that fear of the unknown, of that, what I don't know ahead of there. You don't have to know everything. Just take the light next step. Just show up, just back up that dream, just implement it, just put it out there. Put yourself out there, keep on acquiring the right skills, keep on doing what you've got to do. Don't be afraid. In this world, there's none who can stop you. It's only you who can stop yourself. And sometimes you just want someone to come and assure us that it's going to be okay and all that, but you've got to do the work. No one is going to do that work for you. Anytime that you feel you need to do something, just do it. Don't wait until everything is just alright, until you have the resources, like kind of, connections and all that. Do what you've got to do. Because nothing great begins great. It's just the mindset. If you're thinking of it great, it's going to be great. But you don't expect to tell me that everything great that you see there, the great people that you see there, you want to tell me that they started as great. They had to put in the work, they had to invest, they had to work, they had to make sacrifices. They had to show up by all means possible and back up their dreams. So if you want to be great, if you want that idea, that life of yours, that dream that you've got to stand up for it by all means possible and not let anything hold you back. You've got a lot of potential. Drop those self-doubts. They are doing you no good. You've got to make a move. You've got to do something. You've got to implement something. Me doing this right off my issue, trust me, I had to conquer so many fears. And I thank those fears because they made me realize that I can do something. They made me realize that I've got potential, I've got a lot to offer, there's something that I can offer out there and I will do it. So it's to say this. That fear, use it to your own advantage. Don't let it stop you from living your life. Just be your best form. Put yourself out there. Back your dream. Just do something. Do something about that dream. Make a move. Take an action. Don't just laze around and expect things to magically happen. You've got to make things happen. If it's put in you, it's because there's potential and you're the right candidate for that job. If it's a relationship that you're moving out from, you're just like, how am I going to go on about it? I mean, I'm so used to this person and all that. Just tell yourself this, that the unknown is going to be okay and it's going to be adventurous and I'm going to enjoy each and every bit of it. It might be challenging, but I'm going to come out better. You need to give yourself the vibe, the motivation, the inspiration, the positive, inspire yourself, excite yourself, and tell yourself that it's possible. And once you do that, there's none who can hold you back. So don't be afraid of doing something about it. Don't be afraid of the criticism and whatever negatives that might come with it. At the end of the day, what matters is that you're enjoying what you're doing and that you just know that I'm the right candidate for this job. Till next time, I look forward to you not being afraid, to you stepping out there, to you being here to say that I made a move. I wasn't afraid. I started something. I moved out of my comfort zone. I backed my dreams up. I implemented that idea. I believed in myself. Even if I didn't believe at the beginning, but I believed in myself. I had those doubts, but I had to back myself up. Till next time, have a nice time.